what keeps coming to me over and over again is just the whole airplane concept of like put your oxygen mask on first. And most entrepreneurs don't. They're the last ones off the plane jumping out, like, or going down with the
Going
plane.
down, they just take the plane down.
Yeah.
They'll be they want to get everyone off, or the
Last
boat.
last
Yep.
person out. Everybody else is safe but me. Oh, you need oxygen. Okay. And that was what killed me. What's funny is I got into the institution and then I was diagnosed as bipolar 1, which my mom was like, BS. She's freaking 46 years old, never had a thing. Like, that's not it. And I knew it wasn't it either. That's just what they wanted to label me at. What I knew when I got out is I was just an overworker. What's funny to me that was coming to me in my breakdown was I kept hearing save Mr. Banks. Like, I got to save Mr. Banks, which is from the movie Mary Poppins, which I love. And Mr. Banks is the dad, who's overworking. And interestingly, works for a bank, a financial institution, which I was in a financial institution startup, and honestly creating a new bank. So I think it's funny that I kept making that connections, and I was like, we got to save Mr. Banks. And all I kept feeling was that we're giving too much to work and not enough to our kids, to ourselves, to our families, to everything else. Like, the work, when you talk about work-life balance, a founder doesn't have that. There's no balance. It's work is 90% and the rest is for everybody else. And I had two people in my life who were super supportive. My son and my husband were both like, we get this. It's your vision. It's your baby. We support you. So they weren't going to stop me. Honestly, the universe, God had to take me out of it because I wasn't going to. And that's what I had to realize is that at the end of the day, it's just work. At the end of the day, even though we feel as founders, as CEOs, we feel like because we birthed this company, it feels like a child. We give it that much energy. It's got our identity like a child does. We talk about it like legacy, like a child. Like, part of the book I'm writing is talking about this, that's part of the issue for founders is that we do feel like our startups are children. At the end of the day, they're just freaking businesses. It's just work, right? It's just work in a different form. And we give it so much of our energy. Meanwhile, at the end of the day, when I had that breakdown, the only two people who were there, the only two people who saw me at my worst, other than the EMTs who took me out in handcuffs, were my husband and my son, who had to see that, and then the lesson I learned since then, because I'm 2 months since then, is here I was giving all this energy. I was like, I can't let my investors down. I can't let my clients down. Can't let my employees down. All these people I can't let down. It's been 2 months, James Robert, since I've been out of the institution. While I was in there, the investors sold my company to another company that I specifically rejected before I went into the institution. So there goes the investor support that I was caring about. I've heard from 4 out of 20 of my employees. Not even like a, hey, how you doing? You were in a mental institution, and they all know it. I've only heard from 4 of them. And I only heard from a handful of clients, and the clients was like, how do I get a new trainer? How does somebody else help me? And I am so thankful for this aha, James Robert, right? Because like, my husband's upset. My son's upset that he's like, your employees haven't reached out to me. And they all know them. They're all in my home for a holiday party just this past December. And they're just all like upset for me. And I'm not upset because I'm like, I got such a gift of vision, right? Like, here I was killing myself for people, even in a founder seat, like feeling like I'm killing myself, that all these people care that I'm doing it. And none of them did, or a very small minority.